Hello, mighty companion. This is Earl Purdy here on Facebook Live doing Hardcore Course in Miracles, a course in miracles. And our topic that we're covering is sickness and healing. Sickness and how do you have the healing? And sickness, according to A Course in Miracles, is any form of lack of peace. So anything that you are giving yourself conflict, worry, concern about, unhappiness about, the Course in Miracles, we call that sickness. So sickness isn't just physical illness, even though the Course in Miracles is also talking about how to look at that correctly and how to have that healed in your perception. But if you are unhappy about anything, if you got anything that's causing you worry and concern and unhappiness or lack, that's sickness from A Course in Miracles perspective. And so we're going to be talking about how do you look at that? How do you handle that? How do you allow that to be healed? So I'm going to start out with a song called Teach Only Love, which is what the Course in Miracles is about. And that will give us a chance and give you a chance to get centered and to bring your attention in, to focus in on A Course in Miracles with Earl Purdy here on Facebook Live. So take a breath and let yourself tune in right now. So take a breath. Hello, everyone. Yeah. Teach only love, for that is what you are. Only love. Yes, that is what you are. Teach only love. That is what you are. Teach only love. Everywhere you go, teach only love. To everyone you know, teach only love. Love is what you are. Hey, yeah. Let me recognize the problem so the problem can be solved. Let me recognize the problem so the problem can be solved. Teach only love. Each and every day, teach only love. In your own special way, teach only love. Love is what you are. Teach only love, for that is what you are. Teach only love, for that is what you are. That's what you are. I want you to think about that for a second. Teach only love, for that is what you are. You are love. That is what you are, love. So we're going to talk about sickness and healing and how to recognize and how to allow healing in any area of your life right now. We're going to be on page 259 in the Course in Miracles, the Blue Book. 259, page 259 in the workbook, page 259 in the workbook. And we're going to start with paragraph 12. Paragraph 12, page 259 in the Course in Miracles, in the workbook section. There are 3 sections in the Course in Miracles: the text, the workbook, and the manual for teachers, all in one book. So we're going to be in section 2, the workbook, page 259, paragraph 12. I'm so glad to be here with you. So good to be hanging out with some sanity. So these are the guidelines. Just remember this. Just remember this. You need not believe the ideas. You need not accept the ideas. You need not even welcome the ideas. Some of the ideas, you may actively resist some of the ideas. Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. Some of the ideas may seem to startle you. You are not asked to judge the ideas at all. We're not getting together so that we can analyze the ideas. We are doing this so that we can use the ideas, because it's the use of the ideas in A Course in Miracles that will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. So why are we doing this? We're doing this because you want to know how to deal with any form of sickness or unhappiness or lack in your life. You are doing this because you want to have complete, total joy and peace in every area of your life. And that's what we're being told how to do. So you don't have to believe what I'm about to tell you. You don't have to accept what I'm about to tell you. You don't even have to welcome what I'm about to tell you. What I'm about to tell you, you might actively resist. Some of it might be hard to believe and startling. We're not being asked to judge and analyze the ideas. It's the use of the ideas that will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. I have been teaching and learning A Course in Miracles for 43 years and have been teaching it full time for almost 38 years. So I want to be helpful. That's what I'm here for. Especially those of you who are Course in Miracles students and who are really trying to learn A Course in Miracles and apply it in your life. So I hope you have your book, The Foundation for Inner Peace version of A Course in Miracles, the Blue Book, page 259 in the workbook, paragraph 12. Now, one of the things that the Course in Miracles says constantly is, read me slowly. And I am going to do it that way. It's more important that you hear what it's saying so that you can apply it to a particular situation that you're going through right now, that you know that you might not be giving yourself peace in that area and in that circumstance. It could be a physical condition, or it could be an emotional condition. It's an area that you're unhappy in, that you're feeling some type of pain and lack in. So it starts out with paragraph 12 says, such is the simple truth. I'm the divine repetition teacher. I'm your remembering coach. I'm here to help you remember what A Course in Miracles is saying. Because the Course in Miracles is based on lesson number 2 in the workbook. Do you know what lesson number 2 in the workbook is? Lesson number 2 in the workbook is, I give everything I see all the meaning that it has for me. You give everything in your life all the meaning that it has for you. Do you know that? You're the one that's giving the situation that you're in right now all the meaning that it has for you. And do you know that the meaning that you're giving this situation is determining how you feel? So the way that you feel is coming from the meaning that you're giving this situation. And there are only 2 feelings, 2 emotions, according to A Course in Miracles. We have only 2 feelings. One feeling is love, and the other feeling is fear. And we have a variety of names for love: joy, happiness, abundance, health, peace. And we got a bunch of different names for fear: anger, guilt, grievances, depression, sickness, attack, lack. Those are just different forms of fear. So the Course in Miracles starts out in paragraph 12 on page 259 in the workbook, and that's lesson 136, by the way. Lesson 136 is, sickness is a defense against the truth. Sickness is a defense against the truth. So how can you tell when you're dealing with the simple truth? The Course says, first of all, the truth does not make appeal to might nor triumph. What does that mean when the Course says the truth doesn't make appeal to might and the truth doesn't make appeal to triumph? That means the truth, which is God. The Course in Miracles uses God, truth, and love synonymously, okay? So love, God, truth doesn't command obedience. So love doesn't command obedience. Truth doesn't seek to prove how pitiful and futile your attempts to plan defenses that would alter it. So the truth is not trying to prove to you that your plans won't work. But what is it that the truth wants to give you? What is it according to the course that God wants to give you? What is it that God wants to give you? What is it that God wants to give you? God wants to give you, truth wants to give you happiness, fun, joy. So why are you studying this? Why are you listening to this? Because you want happiness. So truth wants to give you happiness. God wants to give you happiness. Love wants to give you happiness. That's the purpose of love. That's the purpose. That is God's purpose. That is love's purpose. What is God's purpose? What is love's purpose? God's purpose, love's purpose is to give you happiness. So love doesn't punish. Love doesn't punish. God doesn't punish. God doesn't punish. God doesn't punish. Love doesn't punish. What does God want to give you? What does love want to give you? What does the Creator want to give you? The Creator wants to give you happiness. That's the purpose of the Course in Miracles. That's why you are with me right now. It's because you want to experience happiness. And do you know what the Course says that God does, what truth does? It says it sighs a little when you throw away its gifts. And yet God knows. What does God know? God knows with perfect certainty that what God wills for you must be received. So no matter what resistance you might have to the truth, no matter how much you may do the truth sometimes and sometimes not do the truth, no matter how much you might get angry sometimes and fearful sometimes and even attacked sometimes, God's will for you is perfect happiness in every area of your life, including that area of your life that you have concern about right now, including this situation that you're dealing with right now. God wills for you, truth wills for you, complete happiness. What God wills for you must be received. There's no way that the Creator could want you to have something. There's no way that the most powerful force in the universe could want you to be happy and you not end up happy. So God's will for you is perfect happiness, complete happiness. And you are going to receive it. You're going to receive it even in spite of this circumstance that you're in and this situation that you're in right now. Do you know it is this fact, what fact, that what God wills for you, you are going to receive it, that demonstrates that time is an illusion. What is time? Time is an illusion. Time is a false idea. Time is an illusion. So what is it that makes time an illusion? What is it that makes time something that is false? Well, the Course says, because time lets you think what God has given you is not the truth right now, as it must be. Take it slow. There's no need to rush. There's no need to rush. There's no need to rush. Listen to what the Course is saying. Time is an illusion. Time is an illusion. What makes time an illusion? Well, the Course says time lets you think what God has given you is not the truth right now. See, God wills you perfect happiness right now. You can be happy right now. You can have peace right now. You can have peace right now. No matter what the situation is that you're dealing with right now, you could still have peace right now. Time lets you think that your happiness is going to happen sometime in the future. Time tells you, no, you can't be happy right now. You've got to handle that situation. And until that situation is handled, then you can't be happy. Or until you can pay that bill, you can't be happy. Or unless you can get this relationship straightened out the way you want to, you can't be happy. See, time tells you that your happiness is sometime, your happiness is in the future. You can be happy 6 months from now. You can be happy 2 years from now. You can be happy after you finish that school. You can be happy after you finish that job. You can be happy after you get your relationship straightened out. You can be happy after you get that job situation handled. You can be happy after you get that financial situation happen. Time lets you think the happiness that your Creator has given you is not true right now. So that's what the Course means when it says time lets you think what God has given you is not the truth right now. You may think, oh, it's going to be 6 months from now when I really love myself more and appreciate myself more. Time, but the Course is saying, you know what? You can love yourself right now. How do you love yourself right now? Well, you love yourself right now by recognizing that your Creator wills you to be happy, and that the way you are looking at the situation is what's causing you to be unhappy. It's not the situation, it's not the circumstance that you're in and that you're dealing with that's making you unhappy. What's making you unhappy is you believing that that situation or that circumstance has to be handled before you can be happy. So time tells you that you can't be happy until sometime in the future. Do you know what the Course in Miracles says the word future means? The word future means not yet. See, when you say you want to be happy in the future, do you know you are saying, I want to be happy in the not yet? When you say, I'm going to have abundance in the future, you're saying, I'm going to have abundance in the not yet. So future means not yet. And past, according to A Course in Miracles, the past means gone, G-O-N-E. I'm from the South, so we say gone. So past means gone, and future means not yet. So when you're thinking about what happened this morning, when you think about what happened in the past, you're thinking about what happened in the gone. You're thinking about that relationship that you used to have. You're thinking about what happened, that relationship that you had in the gone. So whenever you think about the past or future, you're thinking about something that doesn't exist. Whenever you focus your attention on the past and future, you are focusing on what does not exist. So whenever you're focusing on the past and whenever you're focusing on the future, your mind is actually blank. Your mind, why is your mind blank? Your mind is blank because when you're thinking about the past and you're thinking about the future, you're thinking about something that doesn't exist. So that means your mind is blank. So the Course in Miracles is saying, the only time there is right now. If you're going to be happy, it's going to be right now. If you're going to have peace, it's going to have to be right now. If you're going to have joy and fun, it's going to have to be right now. If you're going to have health and healing, it's going to have to be right now, not in the not yet and not in the gone. So the Course in Miracles says the thoughts of God are quite apart from time. So what does that mean when you hear the thoughts of God are quite apart from time? God's thoughts, the thoughts of truth, the thoughts of love, don't have anything to do with time. Because time has to do with past and the future. But thoughts of God, which are thoughts of love, those thoughts are true right now. So God's thoughts, the Creator's thoughts, do you know they don't have anything to do with time? It doesn't take time to be what you are right now. It doesn't take time for you to have the love and the healing that God wants you to have right now. So what is the purpose of the Course in Miracles? The purpose of the Course in Miracles, the purpose of any truth teaching, is to help you get the blocks in your own thinking out of the way so that you can receive that joy right now. Wouldn't you like to be happy right now? Wouldn't you like to be healthy right now? Well, the first thing you need to do is to remember that God's thoughts, the thoughts of healing, the thoughts of love, they operate separate from time. So what is time? Well, what does the next sentence say? For time is but another meaningless defense you made against the truth. So the Course in Miracles says Do you know that a defense is a plan? That's what a defense is. So whenever you hear the word defense in the course, you could just substitute the word plan. And then you could say, time is but another meaningless plan you made against the truth. The truth is, you can have love, and you can have joy, and you can have healing, and you can have peace, and you can have it right now. But you believe in time. So you tell yourself, I can only have this happiness when this situation or circumstance has been taken care of. Then I can have happiness. Well, that's you using time as your plan. Your plan is it's going to take time for you to be happy. Your plan is it's going to take time. When I say you know I'm talking generically you, right? So what God wills, where is what God wills? Where is what love wills? What's the next sentence? It says, yet what God wills is located where? Right here. What love wills is right here. And what does it mean when he says what God wills is here? Well, look at the next part of the sentence. It says, and you remain as he created you. You remain as God created you. What does that mean when you are told that you remain as God created you? All right, I'll tell you, because it's right here. You were created as a spiritual being. A spiritual being. That means that you are mind. It means that you are awareness. It means you have consciousness. It means that you are more than a physical body. You are more than a physical body. You may think you're a physical body because you've been taught you are a physical body, and all of your perceptions validate that you are a physical body. But the Course in Miracles is saying to you, you are spirit. You are a spiritual being expressing through a physical body. You are love expressing through a physical form. What are you? Tell yourself, I am spirit. I am spirit having a human experience. Do you know that when you begin to realize you are more than a body, and you begin to recognize that you are a spiritual being, are you aware that the part of you that thinks you are just a physical being will try to create sickness and pain so that you will still think that you are just a body? Do you know that the purpose of pain and the purpose of pleasure is to make you identify with the physical body? Do you know that when you feel pain in the physical body or illness in the physical body, it makes you think you must be the physical body? Do you know that when you have pleasure, physical pleasure, it also makes you believe you must be the physical body? So when you are sick and you experiencing any kind of illness or sickness or pain or any kind of lack or upset, the purpose of it is to make you believe that you are a physical body that can go through pain and suffering. So what is the Course in Miracles saying to you? The Course in Miracles is saying you remain as God created you. So that means you are still spirit. It means you are still free. It means that you are still mind. It means that you are still innocent. You are still the way that your Creator created you to be, no matter what you believe about yourself. Even if you believe you're the worst thing that ever walked the earth, if you believe that you are not a good person, or if you believe that there's something wrong with you, that's your plan to make yourself think that you are just a body. But you remain as God created you. You are still spirit. You are still light. You are still love. Do you know that you are the light of the world? You are the light. Light is truth. Light is love. Light is innocence. That is what you are. So let's go to the next paragraph. The next paragraph says, truth has a power far beyond defense, for no illusions can remain, no false ideas can remain, no fears can remain, no sickness can remain, no unhappiness can remain. Where truth has been allowed to enter, no fears can remain. Okay, so an illusion, according to the Course, would be any form of lack that you think you have. An illusion would be fear or anger or sickness or guilt. These are all illusions because they do not last forever. And the only thing that's real is something that's permanent, something you can always depend on, something that's going to always be there no matter what, something that cannot be destroyed. Don't you think that's a better definition of real than to believe something is real, that's temporary, that comes and goes, that could be here today and gone tomorrow? That's not something that's real. That's something that's not real. Something that's real, you can depend on. Something that's real is going to be something that's going to always be there. That's God. That's love. That's the truth. So the Course says no illusions, no fears can remain where truth or God has been allowed to enter. So if you want to get rid of that problem that you're having right now, if you want to get past that situation or circumstance that is keeping you unhappy right now, we just heard the answer. Do you want to hear it again? The answer is no illusions. That means no problems, no fears, no lacks, no guilts, no loneliness can remain where truth has been allowed to enter. So if you keep giving yourself this truth, if you keep giving yourself the truth, if you keep studying this material, if you keep on your spiritual path, if you keep on doing your personal growth work, no fears, no problems can remain. They will be solved. As a matter of fact, you're going to recognize one day that your problems have already been solved. All of your problems have already been solved. All your problems have already been solved. The solution to all your problems has already been given you. What you're doing right now is you are letting go and learning how to let go of the blocks to you recognizing that all your problems have been solved. No illusions can remain where truth has been allowed to enter. So when will the truth come to you? When will the healing come to you? Well, it says, and it comes to any mind that would lay down its arms and cease to play with folly. Stop being defensive. Stop being defensive. Be willing to recognize that you might not know everything. And do you know the area of your life that you really don't know? It's the area of your life where you have the most fear, the most anger, the most unhappiness, and the most insecurity. Whatever area of your life that you have any kind of fear, anger, or insecurity, that's the part of your life that you are still trying to handle without God. It's the part of your life that you're still trying to handle without the higher power. So what area of your life that you're still trying to handle on your own by yourself? The areas of your life that you still have problems and unhappiness in, those are the areas that you are still playing with folly. What is folly? You believing that you can solve anything in your life without God. You're believing that you can ever have any true happiness without your source, without the Creator. That's playing with folly. Playing with folly is believing that your happiness is dependent on something or someone else outside yourself changing and being different. When your mother is different, you'll be happy. When your boss is different, you'll be happy. When your coworkers are different, you'll be happy. When your mate is different, you'll be happy. When your parents are different, you'll be happy. When that other political party is different, you will be happy. When that other country is different, you'll be happy. That's playing with folly. Do you know why that's playing with folly? Because you can't control any of those things from the outer. So if you make your happiness dependent on what somebody else says or does, then you are making sure you will never know what real happiness is. Because you can't control everything and everybody around you to be the way that you want them to be. So therefore, when you make your happiness dependent on everybody else being different, you're guaranteeing that you're going to have misery and unhappiness. So stop playing with folly. So when is happiness, when is the truth found? When is healing found? Well, it says it in the very next sentence. It is found, truth is found at any time. So does that mean that you can find peace today, that you can find love today? Yeah, you can have peace, happiness, and healing right now. You can have peace right now. You can have happiness right now. So what do you have to do? What do you have to do to have happiness right now? What do you have to do to be happy right now? You must choose. What is it that you have to choose if you're going to be happy right now? It is found at any time today if you will choose to practice. What? You can find the peace and the joy and the healing that you want right now if you will choose to practice. Uh-oh. You mean I've got to practice these perceptions? I have to practice seeing things the way that the Course in Miracles is telling me. I have to learn how to practice. Doing what? What is it that you need to practice? Giving welcome to the truth. You got to practice giving welcome to love. A person has to practice. A person in fear has to practice welcoming love. A person that's in lack or poverty, or who sees themselves as poor in some way, they have to practice giving welcome to abundance. A person that's full of anger has to practice giving welcome to peace. Someone who is lonely, what do they have to do? A person that's lonely has to practice giving welcome to companionship. You have to give welcome to the truth. And what did we say the truth is? The truth is you are still as God created you, which is love, loving, and lovable. The truth is you are still an unlimited, immortal, eternal spiritual being that never dies. And you've forgotten that you are an immortal spiritual being that never dies. And you might believe you are just a human being that is born, grows up, grows old, and dies. That's not true. That's not true. So how do you get past these illusions, which are these lies, these false beliefs that you learned from the past and from the world? You practice. What do you practice? You practice giving welcome to the truth. So how do you practice giving welcome to the truth? You have to take some time to give the truth attention and study. It's through giving the Course in Miracles, if that's your spiritual path, attention and study. Whatever you see your spiritual path as being, to welcome it, you have to give it attention and study. I study every day. I spend at least 2 hours studying and reading and remembering and focusing on and doing what the Course in Miracles is asking me to do, at least 2 hours every day. If I can do more than that, then I am thrilled, because what the Course in Miracles says is so soothing, so comforting, so healing, that it's the best, most joyful, pleasurable thing that I could ever let myself hear. Because if the way that I feel is coming from my thoughts and what I'm telling myself, then I need to be telling myself some things that make me feel good. And the Course in Miracles do you know the Course in Miracles gives you the thoughts that you should think if you really want to feel good? You don't even have to make those thoughts up. Like, for instance, you can find the truth today, but you got to choose to practice giving welcome to love, giving welcome to the truth. So what is our aim today? What is our goal right now? Our goal is to practice giving welcome to the truth. Our goal is to practice giving welcome to health. Our goal is to practice giving welcome to health and healing. So if you have a problem that's really been causing you unhappiness, if you have some type of physical illness or ailment, is it worth 15 minutes twice a day to have that problem solved? Is it worth 15 minutes twice a day to have your illness perceived another way and healed? Is it worth 30 minutes a day to receive everything you've ever wanted in your heart? Is 30 minutes a day too much to ask for you to have every problem that you think you have solved? This situation that you think you're in right now, is 30 minutes too much to ask for you to have that relationship issue solved? It says it right here. And we will give a quarter of an hour twice to ask the truth to come to us. We're going to ask God to come to us. We're going to ask the truth to come to us. We're going to ask healing to come to us. And what do we want God to do? Set us free. Ask the truth to set you free. I ask the truth to set me free. Say that to yourself. I ask the truth to set me free. You know what it is that you need to be set free from. So right now, do it. Do it right now. Ask the truth to come to you and set you free. The truth is God. The truth is love. The truth is healing. I ask God to come to me and to set me free. I ask God to come to you and set you free. I'm seeing your comments. I always look at your comments. And you're right, Kim. It is worth it. It is worth it. What's worth it? 30 minutes to have everything that you've ever wanted, to have the kind of happiness and peace and joy you've always wanted. You're going to tell me that 30 minutes, 15 minutes twice a day is too much to ask of you? And then what is it that you're being asked to do? You're being asked to practice giving welcome to the truth, asking the truth to come to you and set you free. And do you know that the truth will come? The healing will come. God will come, because God's never been separate from us. Peace has never been separate from us. Love has never been separate from us. You may not know it, but God has never been apart from you. Healing has never been separate from you. The abundance that you want, the relationships that you want, it has never been apart from you. But you don't know that. You may not know that. How do you know you don't know it? Well, you know you don't know it if you're unhappy. You know you don't know the truth if you're unhappy. You know you're not practicing the truth if you're not happy. If you're not feeling peace, it means that you don't know that God has never been separate from you, that you don't know that love has never been separate from you. So what is God waiting for? You're right, the workbook lessons are so important. I've worked with Course in Miracles students for so long. And what I find more than any other mistake that beautiful, wonderful Course in Miracles students make is that they don't read the Course in Miracles. They don't actually do the workbook lessons and apply the workbook lessons the way they're being asked to do. So unless you actually study the material and actually read the material, how in the world are you going to get the result? And so the only thing that is asking you is to spend 15 minutes twice a day just asking the truth to come to you, because it's never been apart from you. So what is God waiting for? What is your Creator waiting for? Your Creator is waiting for this invitation that we're giving right now. Do you know we're giving an invitation to the universe right now? We're giving an invitation to healing right now. We're giving an invitation to God every time you say, I ask the truth to come to me and set me free. I ask the truth to come to me and set me free. I ask God to come to me and set me free. I ask love to come to me. I welcome love. I welcome love. I welcome the healing. I welcome the answer. I welcome love. I welcome God. I welcome the healing. This is what you should be doing right now. You should be repeating what I'm saying from A Course in Miracles. That's actually applying the ideas. And you're really not being asked for something really tough and hard. You're being asked to say, I'm willing to give welcome to the truth. I want the truth to come to me and set me free. I want to recognize that God and the truth has never been apart from me. It's merely waiting for this invitation. God is waiting for this invitation. The healing is waiting for this invitation that we're giving right now. So we're going to introduce the invitation. So what are we going to do? We're going to introduce the invitation. So we're going to introduce this invitation to healing, and we're going to do it with a prayer. So what kind of prayer are we going to do? We're going to do a healing prayer. What kind of prayer is this we're about to do? A healing prayer. So why do we want to do a healing prayer? Why do you want to do a healing prayer? You want to do a healing prayer to help. We are doing a healing prayer. Why are we doing a healing prayer? We're doing a healing prayer to help us. We're doing a healing prayer to help us. So how is this healing prayer supposed to help us? This healing prayer is going to help. This healing prayer is going to help us rise above our fear and our defensiveness. So we're going to say this prayer so that we can get beyond our fears and we can get beyond our defensiveness, so that we can get beyond the plans that we made that will never work. And the plan that we made that will never work is the plan that we have that everybody else and everything has to be different outside of us before we can be happy. I got to have another job before I can be happy. I got to have another mate before I can be happy. I got to have more money before I can be happy. I got to have more lovers before I can be happy. I got to travel around the world before I can be happy. That's not true. None of that's true. You don't have to do any of those things in order to have health and healing and happiness. I'll say it again. Nothing outside of you needs to be different in order for you to tap into the peace and the happiness and the joy that's already inside of you. So we're going to have a prayer right now. And in that prayer, we're going to let the truth be as it has always been. And what is the truth? The truth is that you're still as God created you. The truth is that you are still innocent and that you are still loved. The truth is that you have the power of God inside of you. The truth is that you are an unlimited spiritual being. The truth is that you cannot ever lose. The truth is everything that's happening to you is for your own best interest. The truth is you don't recognize your own best interest. The truth is you are loved unconditionally. The truth is you are not alone. The truth is you are not alone. The truth is God is real. The truth is God is real. The truth is God is real. The truth is there is an answer. The truth is that you need to recognize that your answer, you need to recognize that your problems have already been solved. You need to recognize that God's will for you is perfect happiness. So why don't you have that perfect happiness? Why don't you have that perfect happiness? You don't have that perfect happiness because of the meaning that you're giving everything. The meaning that you're giving everything based on what you learned and experienced in the past. Because of your patterns, because of your conditioning, because of what you have learned. That's why you're not happy. You're not happy because of what you've learned. You are not happy because of the mind talk that you have. You're not happy because of what you're telling yourself. You're not happy because of what you're telling yourself. It's what you're telling yourself that's making you unhappy. It's what you're telling yourself that's making you unhappy. It's what you believe that's making you unhappy. It's what you believe that's making you unhappy. It's what you taught yourself that's making you unhappy. It is believing that you are guilty, or believing that somehow you are sinful, or believing that you have some type of shame or sense of inadequacy. And all of these are illusions. They are lies. They are not the truth. So we're going to use a healing prayer. Are you willing to use a healing prayer? And here it is. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. Notice that my eyes are closed. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. Notice that I have memorized the prayer. That's why I said I am the divine remembering coach. The Course in Miracles gives you the miracles when you remember what it says. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to necessarily understand it. But what you do need to do is to remind yourself of what you're being told to tell yourself. And you're being told to tell yourself, sickness is a defense against the truth. This unhappiness is a defense against the truth. This illness is a defense against the truth. This lack of money is a defense against the truth. This anger is a defense against the truth. My insecurities are a defense against the truth. Any form of unhappiness is sickness. So sickness is a defense against the truth. So how do you get past that defense against the truth? You tell yourself, I will accept the truth of what I am. And the truth of what I am is that I am love, and you are love, and I am spirit, and you are spirit, and I am eternal, and you are eternal. I will accept the truth of what I am. You are innocent, and I am innocent. You are innocent, and I am innocent. I will accept the truth of what I am. And what happens when you accept the truth of what you are? You let your mind be totally healed. That's how you let your mind be totally healed today, by accepting the truth of what I am. So what the Course in Miracles is about to do is, in the next paragraph, the Course in Miracles tells you what's going to happen when you truly accept the truth of what you are and let your mind be wholly healed, totally healed. What's going to happen? Well, it says it in the next paragraph. Healing will flash across your open mind. So you have an open mind because you're willing to listen to what I'm saying from A Course in Miracles. So he says what's going to happen is that healing is going to flash across your open mind. And the reason why healing is going to flash across your open mind is because you're going to experience peace, and you're going to experience truth, and it's going to come to take the place of war and vain imaginings. So instead of all those thoughts of conflict and fear, then you are going to have peace and truth in your mind instead of conflict and vain imaginings in your mind. What else is going to happen when you let healing happen? There are not going to be any dark, fearful corners in your mind that sickness and unhappiness can conceal and keep defended from the light of truth. So when you let healing flash in your mind, because you have welcomed the truth and because you have said the healing prayer, then the next thing is going to happen is that there will be no dim figures from your dreams and their obscure and meaningless pursuits with double purposes and sainless salt remaining in your mind. You're not going to be seeing things that frighten you. You're not going to be seeing dim figures that frighten you. And you're not going to be busy all day doing meaningless things that don't give you any satisfaction and any joy. There won't be any double purposes in your mind. You won't have the purpose of being love and then being fear. You won't have the purpose of being innocent and then being guilty. You won't have the purpose of being happy and then unhappy. You won't have the purpose of being alone and the purpose of being joined. You won't have double purposes, insanely sought, remaining in your mind. So what is going to happen when you let healing flash across your open mind? What's going to happen when you accept the truth of what you are, which is that you are innocent and you are loving and that God's will for you is perfect happiness? What's going to happen? Well, then you are going to be healed of all the sickly wishes that you tried to authorize your body to obey. You're going to be healed of all the thoughts, feelings, and emotions and beliefs that cause your pain and suffering. When healing is you being healed of all your wishes that are sick. The Course in Miracles says you jokers got sick wishes. You have sick wishes. You wish fear on yourself and pain on yourself, and you see yourself as guilty, and you get angry and you have grievances. These are sickly wishes, and you want to let go of those sickly wishes. Do you know that those sickly wishes is what make the body sick? And what makes the body ill, and what makes you broke, and what makes you unhappy? They're coming from your sickly wishes, your fearful thoughts. Now is the body healed. So why is the body healed? Because the source of sickness has been open to relief. The source of sickness has been open to relief. So what is the source of sickness? Your mind. Your mind has been open to relief. You are thinking loving, true thoughts now instead of the fearful, crazy, insane, guilty thoughts that you used to think. So that means that your body will be healed when your mind is healed. Your body will be healed when your mind is healed. Your body will be healed when your mind is healed. That situation will be healed. That circumstance will be healed when your mind is healed, when your mind is open to relief. So how will you recognize if you have been practicing well? How can you tell if you're doing this right? Well, the way you can tell when you're doing this right is the body shouldn't feel at all. You will have a state that's beyond feeling pain or pleasure. You will be in a state where the body really doesn't feel anything. You're not really even aware of it because you're so expansive. And if you've been successful, that means there will be no sense of feeling sick and really no sense of feeling well. There really won't be any sense of pain, and there really won't be any sense of pleasure when you've been healed. What does that mean? It means that you won't be responding in your mind to anything the body does. You're not going to be judging yourself anymore by anything the world does. You're not going to be judging yourself anymore by anything the body does. You're not going to let the body determine anything about how you feel about yourself or how much you love yourself or how much peace you have. You're not going to let anything about the world determine how you feel anymore. No response at all is in the mind to what the body does. So what is it that remains? What is the attitude about the body that remains when the body is healed? When this situation is healed? When your outer world seems to be healed? What remains? What's going to remain? What is it about your body that's going to remain? Its usefulness remains and nothing more. Guess what? All I know about my body is my body is useful. Your body is useful. My body is useful. Your body is useful. Your body is useful. That's the only value of your body, is that your body is useful. Your body is useful. Your body is useful for joining in love, in truth, and communication, and joining minds. Your body is useful for being used for words of love and truth and actions to come through. Your body is useful. That's what your body is useful for. Perhaps you don't realize that using your body to remember that you deserve love and that you're innocent and that God is real and that you are free, using your mind to remember the truth, removes the limits you placed upon the body. So what is it that has caused the sickness and the pain that people go through in their bodies? The purposes that they gave to their body. What determines the body's health is the purposes you use the body for. what determines the health of your finances, or what determines the health of your outer world, is what are you using your finances for? What are you using your outer world for? What are you using your body for? What are you using your relationship for? That determines its conditions. So as you lay aside the limits you placed on your body by the purposes you've been using your body for, have you been using your body for separation? Have you been using your body for upset? Have you been using your body for revenge or grievances or judgment? The Course in Miracles says, guess what? The strength of the body and the strength that the body has will always be enough to serve all truly useful purposes. No response at all is in the mind to what the body does. Its usefulness remains and nothing more. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to rush through any of this. I've been covering it several weeks, and I want to go through it, and I want us to hear it. So I'm going to give a quick little couple of recaps. We're going to focus in on the healing prayer. So stick around so we can do that. This is an opportunity to practice. I'm a full-time teacher. If you'd like to make a donation, I would appreciate it. My name is Earl Purdy. You can use Earl. You can go to my website, www.earlpurdy.com. That's P-U-R-D-Y. You can use Venmo, the Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. All you need is my email address. My email address is earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. Thank you in advance. Thank you so much. I'm available for one-on-one sessions. I'm available for one-on-one sessions where we focus in on you and your experience and your problem or something you need to have solved or looked at in a different way. They're called clarity sessions. So if you'd like to have a one-on-one clarity session with me, go to my website, www.earlpurdy.com, and you can get details about my sessions. And you can self-book an appointment with me right from our website. You can self-book and schedule a session with me. I do another Course in Miracles Facebook Live on Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook, 1 o'clock Mountain Time. If you're in Denver, Colorado, you can attend in person also. You can just come to 1555 Race Street, R-A-C-E, 1555 Race Street in Denver, Colorado, 80206. You can attend in person, and you can also watch it online. The Thursday Hardcore Course in Miracles classes, which is what you're watching right now, they are only online, and they are particularly focused in the direction of people who study the course. I upload all of my classes to YouTube. So I have hundreds and hundreds of classes on YouTube, Earl Purdy, on Facebook, and on my website. I'm just here to be helpful. That's the only reason why I'm on this planet. That's what my body is most useful for. It's most useful for being used to share the truth with you. That's what my body is for. My body is to share love with you, to share the truth with you, to join minds with you, to join hearts with you. That's what the body is for. So sickness comes from not recognizing what the correct perception of the body is. All of your physical circumstances and problems come from not knowing the right perception of how to look at it. So we're going to complete with our prayer. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate all of you so much. That's right, Diana. Don't identify with your body. You have a body. You have a body, but you are not that body. And I venture to say you've met a few people in your life that's wanted you just for your body. I bet you many of you have that experience. But your body is not what you are. So they are misperceiving what you are, and they are misperceiving what they are. And since you're misperceiving, then that is what creates sickness. That is what creates fear and lack. So what is the healer's prayer? Here we go. You might, and it's okay if you let yourself just listen. Let me do this for you. Just listen. Just listen. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. See if you can say it to yourself without looking, but it's okay if you look at the book. But see if you can do it by memory. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. Now, mighty companion, let me show you my love by saying it for you. Sickness is a defense against the truth. You will accept the truth of what you are and let your mind be wholly healed today. Listen to me. Sickness is a defense against the truth. You will accept the truth of what you are and let your mind be wholly healed today. Fear is a defense against the truth. You will accept the truth of what you are and let your mind be wholly healed today. Anger is a defense against the truth. Depression is a defense against the truth. Being on a job you don't like is a defense against the truth. Being in a relationship that only causes you unhappiness, within that relationship you cause yourself unhappiness, is a defense against the truth. Any form of lack of peace is sickness, is a defense against the truth. And this is the healer's prayer. Sickness is a defense against the truth. You will accept the truth. And the truth is you are innocent. The truth is you deserve love. The truth is God's will for you is perfect happiness. The truth is you're not a friggin' body that dies one day. You know you're not. You know that God wouldn't be real if you were just born to live a few measly years and die. Come on. God couldn't be real. Love couldn't be real if the only reality that we have to choose from is one that's full of fear and grievances and accidents and upsets and insanities like we see happening around us right now. So you have to ask, you have to welcome the truth. Welcome the truth. Say, sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. I love and appreciate you so much, Kim, and everyone that's listening. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being my mighty companions. Thank you for wanting to hear some sanity and truth instead of all the fearful, crazy stuff that we normally hear. So listen to this, watch this at least 4 times, and please share these videos. Share these videos. Mighty Companion. That's my Hardcore Course in Miracles is at 7 p.m. Mountain Time on Facebook Live on the Earl Purdy page every Thursday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And I upload all of my classes to YouTube. Love you, Bunny. Mighty Companions, may the Course be with you.
you.